Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Johnny Free, and today we're going to be putting a red dot on my Smith Wesson 2.09. It's a full size, and it's going to be this Crimson Trace 1250. It's a great red dot. I received it as a birthday gift, so I have an awesome wife, so I want to give a shout out to her. And to put this on here, it doesn't have the slide cut out. I have to remove the rear sight. It's a dovetail, and for that I have this Velocity Precision Smith Wesson red dot sight mount, and I'll be putting that on. Let's get here and focus. There it is. So I'll be putting this on, and I'll be recording the process. So thanks for watching. Here we go. Open this up. Alright, so this mount, so you get a little 2 Allen wrenches. So that's going to set those aside because I'm going to be coming back to that. So this is machined from 7075 T6 aluminum, made in the USA, and you don't need to modify your pistol, so I don't need to take this and get it milled down. I just remove the rear sight dove mount. So there's a little screw, let's see, right there that needs to come off first. I think the smaller Allen wrench is the one that I need. Yes, it is. So turn that around. Yeah, that's a snug fit. That's good. Alright. I'm going to hold on to that one. There it is. Alright, so that's out. And this is a snug fit, so I'll probably need a little tool to help me out and get that. And for those of you wondering, it is safe. There's nothing in there. You know what? Let's go one step further. Let's disassemble this. So, for you new people that are new to handguns and you have a Smith & Wesson, take the slide back until that little notch lines up. It's right here. You push that up, and then here's the takedown or the release, slide release lever, and this is your slide lock. And then once you do that, go back, take down your slide lock. This does require trigger pull, and it's out. So now we have this off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and take off the spring and the barrel. So here, we're completely clear. Alright, and I'll be right back. I'll get this out. Alright, so I got the slide off, and I took off the rear sight. That was harder than what it should have been. All the videos I looked at, it just seemed like you just tap it out with a non-marring punch, you know, nylon or wood or whatever's non-marring, and all the videos I saw, the rear sight just slowly slid out with the lightest of taps. That was not the case with mine. I had to use a hammer, and I had some cloth. It did have a punch, but let's just say that I had to hit it really hard and it did leave some marks on my rear sight. That I'm okay with that. I'm gonna make some gunsmiths cry over here. Yeah, this is pretty marred, but I'm going to red dot. If I ever have to change out the red dot, I'll probably stick with red dots. I probably won't stick with iron sights, so I'm okay with it. If you're unsure, you don't know if you want to do red dots or switch back and forth, definitely get the nylon tips for a punch, and get a hammer. Definitely have a bench vise. That definitely helps to just tap these things out. And if it seems too much, if it seems too tough to get that rear sight out, take it to your gun shop, have a gunsmith do it, and they'll do what they need to do. Now, to get this in, another video that I watched suggests that you tap it in when it gets to a part where it won't go any further with the same force you use to take it back out, to back it on out, and then with a triangle rasp, get in there and just reduce some of the material on the leading edges, on the I believe the leading edge right here, and on the back too. Never do anything to the firearm itself. Always to the thing that you're adding on. So I've already done some of that, and I'll put some video of that on here. So I reduced some of the material. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that back on. I don't have a workbench. I don't have a shop area where I could do this that's big enough to also bring in my camera equipment. So I'm gonna go down. I try to get some video on my phone and then upload it. But otherwise, when I come back, see, this is on there. Oh, when you take off the when you take off your rear sight, there's let me get this in focus. So there's this guy right here. It's springy. So you want to be careful not to lose that. So as you're backing it out from left to right, from your perspective, from you're pulling it out this way. Once it's hanging off to the side, stop, because you don't want to lose that. Something tells me those parts are hard to find, but you don't want to lose that. So you want to slow down, stop, and then make sure you have your finger over it as you're backing out the rear sight, so you don't lose this. So. Alright, so here you can see I have the mount on, the velocity triggers red dot mount for my Smith Wesson 2.0. This one went in a lot easier, and I think that's because I did some of the work that I saw in other videos of sanding down some of the material to get it to fit. And I got it to a point where it was binding up, but it was easy to tap in. I did use some CLP, just kind of lube it up a little bit, and that helped it quite a bit. Now, again, we're talking about millimeters here, so I did it myself. In hindsight, I would have just dropped this off at a gunsmith. It is centered. I didn't measure it, but I had to be patient with it in reducing the material, tapping it in, and getting to the point where it was centered. But we're talking millimeters here, so if I had to do this again and I didn't have an optics cut, I'd go to a gunsmith and have them do it. So if you have the patience to wait for a gunsmith and get that done, go for it. This is what comes in the box. You get your user guide here, give you a sticker. The red dot is in a rubber case, protective case, so now you don't have to worry about it getting scratched up while you're installing it or anything like that. Here you have the battery. Looks like more screws. I already had some here. That came with it, so we'll see how we'll put those on. And let's see what else is here. Looks like it's a tool of some sort. Oh, a little tool. A pry tool. Right. So we get some of this stuff out of the way. Trying a new angle and a new workspace. So let me know what you think. Alright, so there's little, the mount has these little detents here, 4 corners, which is great because it helps you line it up right there. The box does say that they recommend using the blue Loctite. Where did I see that? Actually, maybe it was in here. But anyway, they do recommend the blue Loctite. So that's what I have here. The thread locker. What's this? Oh, microfiber cleaning cloth. Okay. Set that aside, we'll need that. This is what came with the rear sight from the Smith Wesson. They had some Loctite under. This one's red. This is the one that came with the velocity triggers or red dot mount. So I'm going to use the one they gave out. They included in their package. Don't want to switch it up. So let me put that down. Just a little Loctite. Just put a little drop on there. Hope I'm not blocking the view. Oh yeah, that's definitely enough. So the tools that they gave, they didn't include that set screw, but that should be good. Can't see, but it's in there. There's still plenty of room, so it isn't too short. It's just right. And with the thread locker, that's not going anywhere. All right, so time for the red dot. Oh, the battery is right here. It's a button battery. I'll get that open. Ah. I think this is what that tool is for the battery compartment. Let's find out. Yes, it is. Perfect. Turn this way. Yep. So don't lose this. You need this to get in there and open up that battery compartment. Now the box says that this battery is good for approximately 50,000 hours on medium setting. So it's not a shake awake. It's just always on, but it's good to see that. That's so it's textured, so that part goes down. And the handy dandy tool that they included. That's what we're gonna use. Definitely hold on to that. Don't misplace that one. Sure, that's snug. Not going anywhere. What I like about this one too is it tells you what they do. So the little screw up here, that's what this side of that little tool is for. This is your elevation. That's your up down, and then your windage is your left right. So that helps you set it and get it zeroed into where you need to zero it in at. I'll be going to the range sometime to get this zeroed in. These screws, yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to give me enough of a hold, at least not one that I would be comfortable with, so I'm not going to use those. These are the ones that were already on the Velocity Triggers mount. I don't think I'll use that one, although they also included some here, but so I don't think. Yeah, they're the same. They're the same size. So yeah, I'm gonna be using those. These are the ones that Crimson Trace provides, and I think the other one, these seem to be a little bit longer, so I'll go with those. And this is the right tread, so. So for the most part, they provide all the tools. They don't. You have to source your own equipment to remove the rear sight. Oh, let's get that out first. Not ready for that. We got to get the. Get some Loctite on here first. Just a little bit. Oh, that's definitely more than a little bit. Alright, making a mess over here. What? Cover this up, avoid any accidents, and get these on. Just clean up my mess. If you have a neater way of doing this, please put in the comments and let me know. Alright. So put one in, turn it down. That seems good. Okay, so I'm just going to alternate between the set screws into their snug, and that thread locker is going to keep them there. Again, this is the slide, this is the part that's reciprocating back and forth, so there's a lot of forces on it. We don't want those screws coming out and then you start losing zero and you start getting unusual wear and tear on your red dot, and then it's just rendered useless. So it's always good to have. Alright, this is what it looks like with the red dot. Alright, I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to put the gun back together. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to put the protective cover on here. and then putting this back together. So barrel and spring. And there we go. Red dot. Let's see if we could see it there. A little bit. Alright, so to move it around a little bit and get it, we could see the dot. There it is. So in the camera, that thing looks huge, but it's not that big in real life. Let's see here. Lost the angle. Let me see. There it is. So yeah, it is a fraction of that, but it helps you with quick target acquisition. It's good for low lighting. You're not dependent on the iron sights that the gun comes with. A lot of guns have better iron sights than Smith & Wesson. Theirs are just, you could lose them easily in the dark, and I didn't like that. This is my primary home defense weapon. So I wanted something where I could get target acquisition. The frame wasn't too bulky where it would obscure the surrounding area. So if you could see here, that frame is very thin. So that way you don't lose track of the target. It doesn't get in the way, doesn't distract. So you get that dot back in here. So you got to get this to the range and get it zeroed in. But yeah, this is Smith & Wesson 2.09 with the Crimson Trace CTS 1250 red dot. And this is my Springer Precision magwell. So pretty easy to install. Makes it easy to put a magazine in. Actually, let's see how well this fits in my stop box HRD. So you gotta have it on a firm surface. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have anything to say about, or suggestions, or if something you didn't like, or I could have done better as far as making these modifications of my firearm, please leave it in the comments. I do read them. It's not a very big channel at the moment, so I do read them. Let me know, and I'll try to incorporate it. So you see, I did change my setting. I don't know if I can always do this setting for some of the other videos I have planned, but there'll be more reviews, and then soon there'll be some range time videos as well, and I'll be getting this one zeroed in. So thanks guys, like, subscribe.